We live in a very fallen world. It's so crazy how one person can think that they are doing right by their decisions, but while on the other end, they are making the other person so miserable. But in their reality, they are doing right. But in the other person's reality, this has to be the worst season of my life. I was thinking about the story of Mordecai and Esther. We find them in the book of Esther in the Bible, where they are planning the great return of the Jews. Meanwhile, Haman, on the other hand, is planning their demise. Haman had no idea that they were planning for his demise, only to uncover towards the end of the book that what he was planning for Mordecai and the people of the Jews' demise was actually his own. This just shows the providence of God, the hand of God. How sometimes when we allow God to deal with the situation, what they made for evil, God turns it around for our good. Haman was a man from a generation that despised the people of the Jews. And once he found an opportunity by one person, Mordecai, to get rid of the Jews, he set his plan in motion, only to discover that God's plan was the main plan. So you might be crying out to the Lord right now, saying, Lord, what's happening to me? It's not fair. It does not make sense. But the other person is saying, I am justified by my actions. What I'm doing is very much around the fairness of my generation. And you might tarry, it might take long. You might wonder, is God even here? Is he listening? Does he care? In chapter 3, when we see Mordecai crying out with the sackcloth on his head, he was mourning a decree that was justified by Haman, hatred of his people. But he actually ignited something bigger. He ignited the hand of God. Esther is one of the books in the Bible where we don't hear much about God. God is not mentioned, but God is everywhere. He's everywhere. And I want to pray for you, or you pray tonight for yourself and with the community that you have around you, for God's sovereign hand to be everywhere. Even though there's a lot of evil in the world, even though a lot of people are trying to make life a living hell for you, just continue to pray. Oh Lord, let your hand be everywhere right now in my life. It does not make sense. It's not even fair. But let God's hand be everywhere in your life, because he is everywhere. And don't get discouraged when you don't feel it. We look at the story of Mordecai in chapter 2 or chapter 3, when he warned the people of someone who was trying to kill the king. And it took the king some time before he actually recognized Mordecai for saving his life. But in God's providence, he caused the king not to sleep that night. The king couldn't sleep. Out of the blue, we don't know how long it took for him to remember this, but out of the blue, he asked one of his main servants, "What did we do for that man that saved my life?" And under Mordecai, well, we are not sure how Mordecai felt when he felt overlooked, when he felt used, when he felt ridiculed. Why doesn't this king care for us? I am the one that caused for his safety, but now he has sent a decree or approved a decree to get rid of my people? What kind of life is this? Life is not fair. But you know what? He didn't. He didn't complain. Or we are not told of his complaints. And then later on in chapter 6 or 7, the king cannot sleep. He wants to know, who was that person that saved my life? And what was done for this person that saved my life? And only to find nothing was done, because he didn't do anything for that person. But at that particular point in time, he now wanted to do something. And at that particular point in time, there was a decreed issue to get rid of the Jews. And God says, I'm going to use the very same person who wants to get rid of you to also put you into honor. And then the king asks Haman, the enemy of the Jew, who had actually advised the king to get rid of the Jews. He reminded him, he didn't remind him, he asked him, what can be done for such a person that does something like this? Haman lays it all down. We should put him in royal robes. We should have horses for him. We should do this for him. And then the king says, now let's do that for Mordecai. Imagine listing all your best wishes only to discover what you're listing is not for you. It's for the very same person that you are trying to kill. It's so crazy how life can be very unfair, and we can go on and on feeling like God does not see. God sees that. He's seen it. He's seen it all. Everything that you are doing, all the unfairness that you are facing, He's seen it all. But God is about to change things around for your good. So I want to encourage you today, allow God's hand. Don't try to push something with your own strength. Let God have the final say over His purposes over your life. Have faith over the hand of God. Mordecai and Esther issued a fast. They prayed, they tarried with the rest of the Jews, and God was in motion. Unbeknownst to them, the way in which God was going to play a pivotal role became a way where no human can take credit for. I couldn't have imagined the king would dream about you. I couldn't even imagine that you were going to be there at the particular point in time to save the king. But in God's providence, in God's sovereign hand, He did that. Pray for God's providence over your life. Pray for things to work out over your life. Don't be discouraged if you are feeling overlooked. Don't be discouraged if you are feeling down. God has seen it all. He's seen what they've done to you. Just like Mordecai, he saw what they did to him and he settled it. He will settle it for you too. Have an awesome day. Allow God to have the final say. Don't take control over your own prayer items. God is the God who sees. He's Jehovah El Roi. He's seen it all. He has seen it all.